The best graphics card is going to give you a blazing fast performance in both gaming and content creation, but what makes it the best isn't just its raw performance. Hello guys, in this video we're taking a look at the 5 best graphics cards of 2022. And if you want more information, we also put the links in the description box down below. Thanks. Starting up our list with number 5, we've got the EVGA GeForce RTX 3070 XC3 Ultra. The EVGA GeForce RTX 3070 XC3 Ultra is in the perfect spot for 1440p gaming without the added power consumption thanks to the performance and price combo, which provides outstanding value. The RTX 3070 XT3 Ultra is the only graphics card in the Ampere range with a respectable level of power consumption at 220 watts, which is powered by the Ampere GA104 GPU. Additionally, this lowers cooling requirements a bit, which is wonderful news for people whose cases don't have enough room for larger graphics cards. The RTX 3070 is a significantly smaller chip, but despite its smaller size and lower cost, it manages to put a lot more power into it, giving everyone access to the last generation's top performance. Beyond that, the RTX 3070 brings a set of features that are going to be very useful for gamers. The RTX I/O is perhaps the most important, especially when it comes to the next-gen PS5 and Xbox series that bring with them truly next-generation data access through their SSD solutions. RTX I/O will work with Microsoft Direct Storage to optimize the delivery of data straight from your SSD to the GPU. When a game wants to access data, the data first travels from storage to your CPU, then to system memory, and lastly back to your CPU via graphics card and VRAM. The RTX I/O cuts the CPU out of that equation, removing one of the biggest bottlenecks in modern PC gaming. The NVIDIA Reflex feature, on the other hand, simply latency between your CPU and GPU by clearing out the render queues, so frames are only rendered when they're needed. Overall, the EVGA GeForce RTX 3070 XC3 Ultra is a wonderful option if you're searching for a graphics card that offers outstanding pricing and can easily run most games with 4K at maximum resolution. This card also includes some helpful features that make it incredibly efficient and gives a strong performance in a small package. Next, with number 4, we've got the Red Dragon AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT gaming graphics card. The AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT delivers outstanding performance at 1080p and 1440p, as well as respectable chops in 4K. Although ray tracing may not have much to offer, it is still a very uncommon element in video games. With performance that is comparable to the NVIDIA RTX 3080 in many situations, and at a more appealing price point. Thanks to its 4K gaming power and cutting-edge features, this excellent graphics card can compete with the latter, making it a more cost-effective choice for consumers looking to save a few bucks. Although it won't unseat the NVIDIA card, it does provide a competitive alternative that will appeal to more gamers who are on a tight budget. The RX 6800 XT is built on Team Red's RDNA 2 graphics designs, and like NVIDIA RTX 3070 GPU, AMD focused on additional features and improved efficiency rather than decreasing the device. The biggest of these features is the Infinity Cache, which is essentially a 128MB global cache that facilitates faster data feed from the bigger 16GB VRAM pool to the GPU and achieves 2.4 times greater bandwidth per watt than the VRAM alone. The RX 6800 XT is simply an upgraded version of the GPU featured in the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, which is what makes it so interesting. This potentially means that games will be more easily optimized for this graphics card throughout the next generation of consoles. There's also a good assortment of outputs on the RX 6800 XT as well. You get 2 DisplayPort, 1 HDMI port, a 2.1 port, and a USB-C port, which should cover basically any modern display on the market. For power, there are 2 8-pin power connectors on the back of the card. Overall, if you're an AMD fan and looking for a more affordable 4K gaming option, the AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT is a solid choice. This card is comparable to the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080, and it's one of the best AMD graphic cards. Next up at number 3, we've got the ASUS TUF Gaming NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti. The NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti provides excellent 4K ray tracing performance and is an excellent choice for any hardcore gamer looking for top-of-the-line performance. It offers everything that the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 delivers, but goes the extra mile to become more gamer-focused by providing a higher 384-bit memory bus, more CUDA core, and a boost clock of 1.67 GHz, and it can easily run just about any game out there at 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. The RTX 3080 Ti has deep learning super sampling, which will upscale a lower resolution to your native resolution. The aim of DLSS is to enable more flashy graphical features without compromising image quality in order to achieve a respectable frame rate, especially at high resolutions like 4K. The RTX 3080 Ti is basically as fast as the RTX 3090, even though it has half the VRAM. The RTX 3080 Ti usually stays within 1 to 2 FPS of the RTX 3090. For example, the RTX 3080 Ti would achieve 139 frames per second in a game at 1440p, while the RTX 3090 would achieve 146 frames per second. However, if we remain realistic and grounded, you probably won't even notice the 5% performance difference. All of this means that even with ray tracing effects turned on, the RTX 3080 Ti will be able to run virtually any game at its highest setting of 4K. Overall, if you want the top-notch performance of the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090 but want to save a few bucks, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti is a smart choice. At number 2, we've got the MSI Gaming GeForce RTX 3090. The MSI Gaming GeForce RTX 3090 is the most potent graphics card currently available. It offers astounding 3D rendering and encoding performance, but comes at a hefty price. While the RTX 3080 Ti offers very good performance, the RTX 3090 gives us that push over the edge with more CUDA cores, RT cores, and Tensor cores than the RTX 3080 Ti. A total of 24 GB of GDDR6X memory have been added to the memory configuration, giving it a maximum bandwidth of about 1 TB per second. This GPU's strength is in its capacity to perform optimally under demands for creativity and production workloads. Setting up the 4K render in Autodesk Maya, the RTX 3090 outperforms the RTX 3080 Ti, saving just over a minute per frame, which can really add up. For video editors, the big benefit comes from the huge 24 GB VRAM capacity, improving stability in large projects when working with a high-resolution timeline. But when it comes to gaming in 1440p, it only offers slightly better performance over the RTX 3080 Ti. The RTX 3090 is more appropriate for creative and professional applications because the change in overall performance is minimal. Naturally, you could still play games with this card, which straddles the line between gaming and creative applications while excelling with programs like Blender, Autodesk Maya, and Adobe Premiere. Additionally, when utilizing software like Premiere, the GPU speeds up the entire production process, reducing the amount of time it takes to render each frame and ultimately saving you time. Overall, the RTX 3090 is hard to beat if you're a creative professional looking to speed up your process. You will finish all of your work faster because of the powerful CPU power and abundant VRAM, and with the extra time you'll have, you can even squeeze in some intense 4K gaming. The last product on our list is the EVGA GeForce RTX 3080. One of the biggest generational advances in GPU history is delivered with the GeForce RTX 3080, a monster in the graphics card world. So, anyone interested in gaming in 4K should pay close attention to this graphics card. The RTX 3080 is based on the Ampere graphics architecture, bringing improvements to both raw performance and power efficiency. The biggest of these are improvements to the RT cores, Tensor cores, and the rasterization engine. Through clever optimization, NVIDIA doubled the amount of CUDA cores on each streaming multiprocessor, which is a huge improvement over tiering architecture where one data path was dedicated entirely to integer workloads. This effectively doubles throughput core for core and provides one of the biggest generational jumps in overall gaming performance that's been seen in years. The RTX 3080 features RTX I/O, which streamlines the data paths between your storage, CPU, GPU, SSD, and VRAM, which is critically important, especially to future gaming technology. No matter what game you play, you can have all the settings at their maximum and enjoy silky, smooth ray tracing effects. Additionally, DLSS will increase frame rates by rendering in a smaller resolution, upscaling the frames using AI so they maintain the same sharpness as the native image. Thus, maintaining a consistent 60 frames per second at 4K is not an issue. Overall, the EVGA GeForce RTX 3080 is one of the best graphics cards you can buy right now, and it's a great option for anyone seeking for outstanding performance. It's also the best 4K gaming card because it enables you to maximize the settings while maintaining a fast frame rate. Thanks for watching, and hope all of you guys enjoy the video. Thanks.